Hey guys, my name's Kuya Kurt. I travel around the Philippines eating at local restaurants to practice my Tagalog. May napapritong kwan, inaano na bagay. May napapritong di ko alam.
Okay mama, pinayagan po ako lumabas.
Liempo, Ginataang Kalabasa.
Ay, ikaw yung kumakain sa ano?
Ako yun!
Oo nga, ikaw nga.
Today, we are here in Quezon City at the intersection of Abra at Congressional Avenue at John Jeff's Eatery. So guys, dito kami, napaka-busy na palengke ito. Maraming mga kainan, maraming mga tao. Dumadaan sila, pumupunta sa pasok, sa eskwelahan, sa trabaho nila. Tignan nyo guys, ang gulo dito, pero masarap siya. Musta? So dito kami, maganda yung mga lugar dito, ang daming mga kainan. Oh, kumusta? Gusto niyong sumama sa vlog? Anong shoutout? May shoutout ka ba kayo? Wag na lang daw. Okay lang. So guys, here, I'm not quite sure what this palenque is called, but this is on the intersection of Abra at Congressional Avenue dito sa Quezon City. Ang daming mga kainan, mga pwesto ng pagkain, mga mango shake. Grabe, ang ganda lahat. But it is definitely magulo. At lahat ng mga Pilipino dito, nagugulat sila na nagtatagalog ako. So guys, papasok kami dito sa kainan, ang tawag John Jeff's. Guys, it is so crowded. Masiksik dito. Oh, shoutout! Anong shoutout? Sige, sama kayo! Allah! Sige. Nagulat siya. So guys, this is John Jeff's Kainan. It's literally right here on the corner of ang Abra at saka itong main road na Congressional. Oh, kamusta? How are you? Gusto mo ng sticker? Yung sticker, gusto mo ng sticker?
Okay, thank you.
So many people are recognizing me, guys. Anong pinakamabenta sa isang araw? Anong pinakamabenta nyo?
Dinakdakan.
Yung dinakdakan. Nasaan ba yun? So we've got, guys, ang daming mga ulam. May napapritong kwan. May inaano na bagay. May napapritong di ko alam. May isang klaseng isda. I think that's munggo, afritada. No, hindi caldereta yun. Parang caldereta or afritada yun. Basta ang dami nilang mga kainan, mga pagkain guys. Oy, ginataang kalabasa. Ang daming nilang ginataang kalabasa. So, I'm not too sure about ginataang kalabasa because the last time I ate that I got pretty sick. Or not sick, but I just had a tummy ache, a little tummy ache. They're pretty busy here, guys. It's right at the corner of a bus stop and the palenque, so it's like the convergence of two really crazy crowded stops. The palenque and the bus stop. Ate, ano po to? Ano yan? Ito. Ay, liempo. Pwedeng yung liempo sa akin? Pwedeng kalahating order ng ginataang kalabasa at saka yung liempo at saka isang takal ng kanin. Okay ba yun? Sige. Tapos, meron ba kayong mga inumin? Gosh, like instant rage, guys. Whenever there's a loud bursting noise right around me, I just get like this instant rage. I hate being startled, that's why. It's not PTSD, guys. I don't have PTSD, thank God. I just get really shook when there's like loud, as any human would. I get really shook when there's loud noises. All right, they are getting us set up. This is just crazy, guys. It is so busy. But this is what I'm talking about, guys, when foreigners don't really feel like they can come to places like this because either the language barrier or maybe it's a little crazier than you expect. But I feel like, guys, if a foreigner from Europe or America or wherever, I feel like if they go to Thailand or Singapore, they don't have any problems eating at a place like this. But in the Philippines, because maybe it's just not normalized or it's not, very well advertised. Thank you po. Pwedeng isang tubig? Meron ba kayo isang mineral water? So guys, we're gonna take a risk on the Ginataang Kalabasa. The last time I ate it, the milk, I guess, wasn't super great. Thank you po. The milk had kind of curled. Kambal ko yun. Joke lang, ako yun. Gusto mo ng sticker? May sticker ako. Oo, syempre. Ako yan. Thank you. Gusto mo ng shoutout sa vlog? Guys, may shoutout tayo. Anong shoutout mo?
Po kay mama, pinayagan po ako lumabas.
Galing guys. Saan ka ngayon?
Punta po ako ng Quiapo.
Saan?
Quiapo.
Ay, okay. Mag-ingat ka sa biyahe, ha? Sige. Guys, we've been recognized so much in this short time frame. Musta pre? Ay, free soup! Thank you po. Guys, we got a setup here. Let me get a little scooch over so you guys can get the full picture. So we have the free soup, which if you come to a kainan here in the Philippines, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna have a free soup for you, which is usually just taken from something that they're cooking for the day. So either like a sinigang or a kinilaw, or maybe not kinilaw. Basta may free soup, guys. It's masarap. It's mainit. Let's get all set up here. But anyways, guys, like I was saying, last time I ate Ginataang Kalabasa, it was really, really good. But I think that the milk had been sitting out for a little while, and my poor little American stomach wasn't very used to it, so it kind of did a number on my tummy for a few days. But like I was saying, guys, I feel like I haven't been to Thailand or Vietnam or any other Southeast Asian countries in my travels yet. I'm hoping to be able to do that. But I see on social media all the time, I see lots of foreigners traveling to these countries, and like part of the excitement of going to those countries is you get to go to these local markets, these local eateries. And I feel like tourists who come to the Philippines don't do that for some reason. I don't know if it's because areas like this just aren't advertised very well, or if the public infrastructure for transportation can't get you there easily. I don't know what it is, but I never see any other foreigners in places like this. But like I can tell you, like getting a serving of delicious, that smells good, Liempo hot soup. This is what the Philippines, to me, is about. It's this local, just the nitty-gritty day-to-day life of living in the Philippines, going to the palengke, jumping on a bus to head to work, coming home and grabbing yourself a takeout order from a carinderia. That's the life that I fell in love with here in the Philippines as a young, naive missionary from 20 years ago. What kind of sabaw is that? It's almost like it almost tastes like a chicken broth. Oh, that's really good. That's very, very good, guys. Okay. I hope you guys can see everything. We got a crazy, crazy background for today's video. But here, for today's meal, yung mga putahe ko, ang aking mga ulam ay liempo, which is like a grilled meat. We have Ginataang Kalabasa, which is one of the many, many ulams or dishes here in the Philippines that is made out of only vegetables. So it's got some kalabasa, which is a type of gourd or a melon, not melon, like a gourd. And it's made with milk. It's very sweet tasting and delicious, and it's got beans in it, so it's a very healthy meal. And then of course we have our isang takal ng kanin, a serving of rice, cup of rice, and our free soup, guys. Now the owner of this little circle, this little square here, she's over there with the chopped meat. She's selling raw meat from her stand. her puesto, little food stand. I asked her if she wanted to be interviewed so we could ask her a few questions about, when she started the business, where her inspiration came from, where the idea originally came from. And she said, wag na lang. So we don't want to pressure anyone onto camera, guys, especially if they're busy. Because she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little food stands here. So business looks like it's doing very well. This is prime real estate, being here at the center of a transportation hub and the Palenque. It's like the perfect intersection for traffic. So anyways, guys, so of course, guys, with Liempo or with any kind of grilled meats here in the Philippines, you can, if you choose to, you can eat it with a variety of different sausawan, which is like a dipping sauce. So here we have toyo and some chili flakes, chili oil, some crushed garlic, which is all out, and some toothpicks, which is fantastic. Oh, ay, nayo.
Huwag ka mag-iwan doon, baka may manakaw.
Ay, talaga? Hindi masyadong maligtas dito.
Baka madali, manakaw yan. Alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, maraming...
Ang galing mo, kuya. Sige, nandun ka mamaya.
Mamaya po.
Sige.
Salamat, Sir Carl.
Sige, thank you, ha. Sige.
Sorry, sir.
Guys, ang bait niya. So I left my helmet on my scooter, just parked right across the street, which I usually do. And only a few times out of the hundreds of times that I've parked my scooter, only several times has someone told me, hey, don't leave your helmet on the scooter seat. Someone's gonna take it. That's only happened a few times. But he was nice enough. We're gonna leave him with a tip. That was so nice of him. He walked all the way over here to give me my helmet. Super bite. God. Gosh, guys, what is going on? You're getting old when everything just makes you emotional. I have no idea why that made me just a little emotional. Like him going out of his way. He's walking this way. He's kind of like the parking attendant there. Sobrang bait, guys. That was so nice of him. He didn't have to come over here and give me my helmet, but he chose to walk over here and told me to stay careful. So, thank you, Kuya. I appreciate you. Gosh. That's what I love about the Philippines, man. That's so fantastic. All right, so, guys, back to the ulam. We've got our liempo here. I'm going to taste the liempo just by itself. Got a little bone. Liempo is a perfect meal. It's grilled smoked meat. Let's try it with a little bit of, we're just gonna put a little bit of soy sauce on this liempo. I don't see any calamansi. Usually this stuff tastes really good with some calamansi. And usually you take your sausawan, your soy sauce, your fish paste or fish sauce, your calamansi, your chili oil, whatever combination of those things that you want. You usually put it in its own little dish, and then you just dip the meat in there. But we don't have another dish, so I'm just making do with what I got. Okay, yeah, let's get this liempo in here. And these are the types of places, guys, you're gonna see lots of traffic. You're gonna see people going to and from work, to and from school, passers-by, people coming here to the Palenque to get groceries and then go home and they'll stop for a takeout order. That's a big bone. Let's get this bone out of here. So Liempo, guys, from John Jeff's Food House at the corner of Abra and Congressional Avenue here in Quezon City, Manila, Philippines. That's such a good meal. And this is my first meal of the day. The smoked meat I saw a video on TikTok the other day. I saw a video on TikTok the other day of a Filipino family in the US. And the video was basically, it said Filipinos can't go anywhere without rice. And it showed them filling up a plastic bag of freshly cooked rice from the rice cooker. And then the next thing you see is they're all sitting at a barbecue restaurant eating spare ribs, grilled chicken, but they're eating it with the rice. And it's so funny because as an American who grew up in the United States, the concept of eating rice with every meal was completely foreign to me. And when I first moved here to the Philippines, it was a really hard adjustment to eating rice 3 meals a day. And I had a very difficult transition for about the first 2 months. My stomach changed. This is back when I was a missionary up in northern Luzon. My stomach, the bio, what do you call it? The bio, what is that word? Your gut biome. So my gut biome changed overnight, coming from eating American food to Filipino food in the rural Philippines. It took a few months of getting used to, but now I'm in a similar position where if I have a plate of just all meat, my thought process is, well, where's the rice? I thought that was a bone, but it was just a crunchy piece of Liempo. But now, guys, I totally get the mindset. Like, you have a plate of food, and there's no rice. It's like, this meal isn't complete. Hindi kompleto yung pagkain ko. And rice was so interesting because rice in and of itself, rice is pretty flavorless. There's not a whole lot of flavor to rice if you cook it just completely normally. But when you eat rice with something, whether it be Ginataang Kalabasa or Liempo or whatever it might be, it's almost like it tricks your mouth into thinking that you have more of the food in there. So my mouth thinks that I'm eating an entire spoonful of just Liempo meat. And it really gives it this extra kind of satisfying taste. Okay. I don't want to eat all the Liempo straight before we try the Ginataang Kalabasa. Ginataang Kalabasa, if it's cooked right, is one of my favorite ulams here in the Philippines because it's just beans and I think it's squash. And it's so good. Let's get some of this skin off of there. It's really good. It's really healthy. I see people complaining online all the time that Filipino food is not healthy. And I'm like, have you ever eaten Filipino food? Not at a party. I think most foreigners, their concept of Filipino food is influenced by what they see at a Filipino get-together. And of course, when Filipinos overseas or even here in the Philippines get together, there are certain traditional dishes that you cook. There's always the adobo. There's always the pancit. There's always the a macaroni-style dish with cheese on it. The buko pandan. And these are like party foods. It's like going to a birthday party in America and there's hamburgers and hot dogs and pizza. And a foreigner going to America and saying, American food is very unhealthy. All they eat is hot dogs, hamburgers, and pizza. No, that's usually really easy food, comfort food for a lot of Americans, and that's what we cook at parties. Similarly, here in the Philippines, it's pretty traditional to cook up some adobo, some pancit, some lumpia, and that's what you serve at a get-together. But your traditional everyday cooking, very, very healthy, guys. Ginataang Kalabasa, guys. John and Jeff's Eatery here in Quezon City at the corner of Abra Street and Congressional Avenue. I love it. This is very, very good. Oh, we also got some meat in here. Looks like we got some pork. Score. Now, you do have to exercise a little bit of caution coming to these kinds of eateries, guys, because a lot of times they cook the food in the morning. It's prepared early morning, 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and then they're open for business. But places like this, they're open 24/7. So they're constantly refilling the food. But they're not placed in, what are those trays called that are heated from below? When you get served at like a buffet, they have those heated trays. What are those called? They don't typically have those in a kainan, a warming tray. Usually it's just in a tray and it's put inside the counter. So depending on what time of day it is, so if you come to a kainan and they prepared the food at 6 a.m. and it's 2 in the afternoon, just use some caution on like which of the food that you're gonna eat. So if you're gonna eat a food that's milk-based, like this one, the Ginataang Kalabasa, and it's 3 in the afternoon and was cooked earlier that day, maybe avoid that for that particular meal. But if it's 10 a.m. and it's only an hour old, bakit hindi, guys? I'd say go for it. So you just have to use your brain. In like many, there's so many people out on the street looking at me right now. Ginataang Kalabasa is very, very good. I want to get some more of this Liempo with the soy sauce on there. I went down the wrong throat. It's been interesting, guys. Every time someone recognizes me on the street, I always like to ask them how they know me. Like, where do you follow me? And here in the Philippines, it's almost always, teka lang. It's almost always Facebook. Because my Facebook has really exploded in the last like 4 months. It's like almost doubled in size in the last 4 months. It's crazy. It's at 1.5 million followers right now, which blows my mind. Actually, let me put the camera here. This is probably going to be better for volume. So I ask people where they know me, and it's usually from Facebook, sometimes YouTube. Very rarely do they say they know me from Instagram. But I noticed something that, like, it seems like ever since my Facebook got to 1 million followers, which happened about 3 weeks ago, I feel like that was the trigger for a lot of other content creators to want to reach out to me and collaborate. And you guys have probably noticed I don't do a lot of collaborations. I don't really like doing them. I like coming out and I like vlogging and talking with you guys, and I like practicing my Tagalog, and I like eating. Those are all things that I love doing. What I don't really enjoy doing is collaborating with other content creators, because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like I can't be myself, or it feels like I don't have control over the type of content that we're doing together. I don't know, I don't really enjoy it. And I've been getting a lot of different podcasts have been reaching out to me, asking me to come on as a guest. And I haven't said yes to any of them. I had a few big ones reach out. Some big podcasts in America, and a couple of big ones here in the Philippines. And I don't think I'm gonna do them, because I don't enjoy talking about myself to other people. Does that make sense? Like, when I'm talking to you guys, it's different, because I feel like you guys are like, it's like talking with my friends. I can be myself, I can be authentic, I can say what's on my mind. But when you're in a conversation with someone else and they're asking questions about you, I don't know, I just get uncomfortable. I don't like talking about myself in that setting. So ang sabi ko sa kanila, wag na lang. But it is interesting how many have been reaching out. I probably get like 3 to 5 emails a week of different podcasts and different content creators wanting to collaborate. And it's probably just me. You guys that watch my content, you probably notice I don't do hardly any collaborations at all. I've done a few with Calvin Castiel. I love Calvin. He's one of the only people I'll do collaborations with. My buddy Language J, he's the foreigner, he's the Canadian who speaks fluent Tagalog and interviews other people about their experiences in the Philippines. I've collabed with him a few times, but outside of that, I don't think I'm going to do very many collaborations. I know a lot of content creators think that that's like a really easy way to grow your audience. I don't know, for me, I just like making content for you guys. I like making content. I like making content. I like talking to you guys. I like exploring the surrounding area around me. As my, I feel a sneeze. We're good. As my mentor and best friend, Ninong I got a few grains of rice in that sneeze, guys. Pasensya talaga. Kadiri yun. That's so gross. But as my mentor and best friend Ninong Rai says, the perfect bite, di ba, are? I would collab with Ninong Rai because I love his content and I learn a lot of Tagalog from his videos, specifically Tagalog around cooking. I'm getting filled up. Perfect breakfast meal. I'm gonna go to the gym after this, so I've got my carbohydrates, I've got my protein. And I've got my free soup. Very, very good, guys. A delicious Liempo. Fantastic service, very, very busy area. There's people all around me coming and going. So, let's see how much we owe. We're gonna give a little bit of a tip to the staff because they were so polite and mabait and very welcoming. And they all said that they follow me. Walang anuman. Okay, let's go figure out how much we owe, guys. And let's pay. So let's take, I got so much stuff in my hands. Let's leave this here for right now and then I'll go pay. And we can see how much the bill is. Saan ako magbayad, ate? Magkano yan sa akin? 120. Sige, may 100. Tapos, meron din, good morning. Tapos may 20. At meron din akong kaunting sorpresa, may 1,000 para sa inyo. May kaunting tip para sa staff. Galing yan sa mga supporter ko. So sila talaga ang bahala sa tip nyo. So thank you talaga guys. So guys, they are 24/7 dito sa John Jeff Kainan. It is so crazy here. Let's get outside. I want to show you a little bit of the palenque before we call it quits. Thank you guys! Salamat ah! Ha? Kain tayo! Tapos na! Gusto mo? Gusto mo ako ang bahala? Sige! I couldn't tell if... Musta? I couldn't tell if Tatay was wanting me to eat with him or pay for him. But he just smiled when I said, ako ang bahala. So guys, this is the palenque. I'm not quite sure. This is Abra Street dito sa Quezon City. They've got all your little puestos of pakain. They got mango shakes. They got minute burger, takoyaki, flower shops. This is really what I love about the Philippines is you can come to these small little kalsadang palenque on the kalsada. Ooh. Where's my sunglasses? And you can basically, you can get everything you need within like a 100-foot stretch of road. You have vegetables, you have fresh meats, you have budots playing in the background. Oh wow, they have like a miniature IKEA store. So lahat-lahat na mga kinakailangan nyo guys, nandito siya sa palengke. But whatever you guys need, nandito siya. It's here in the small palenque of the Philippines. They got barbershops. This is great. This is the Philippines that I grew up with. Grew up as in a 19-year-old kid coming to the Philippines for the first time. This is where I would walk every day. Me and my companion, the other missionary, I was aside. Oh, kamusta? We would just walk the streets and talk to people and, you know, share our message and do volunteer work. And so this is the Philippines that I really learned about in my first exposure. Oh, kumusta? Gusto mo ng shoutout? It's funny, whenever I ask someone if they want a shout out, 9 out of 10 times they just say, shout out. And then, you know, the other one time they'll actually have a shout out for a person. Anyway guys, this is great. This is the palenque. You got the tricycles, drivers waiting for their rides. Let's make our way back to the scooter. So glad that Kuya brought me my helmet because he said is in this area. You can never be too cautious, but pretty much every time I park my scooter, I just leave the helmet on the seat because I see other people doing it, and so I just assume. See, like this guy. See, he's got his little helmet on the scooter. So sometimes I just assume that I'm in a great area and it's not going to be too crazy. I just love this guy. It's just so cool. It's 10 a.m. on a Monday morning in Quezon City, Philippines. And I'm just walking through this palenque, practicing my Tagalog, giving shout-outs, saying hello, eating delicious food. This is the Philippines I love, guys. Hopefully, if you guys are foreigners... Oy! Kumusta? Are you a vlogger? Ha? Ako? Kambal ko yan, si Kurt. Di, joke lang. Ako yun. Gusto nyo yung shoutout? Sige, pwede.
Shoutout kay Jonathan Agustin.
Sino ba si Jonathan Augustine?
King. Ano siya? King siya sa hood namin.
Ay, king niya. Teka lang, may sticker ako, guys.
Okay.
Gusto mo? May sticker. Siyempre! May sticker.
Ay, ikaw yung kumakain sa ano?
Ako yun.
Oo nga, ikaw nga.
Sige, mag-ingat kayo ha. Oh, gusto mo? Sige. Teka lang. Oh. Eto.
Picture tayo, picture.
Siyempre, basta ikaw. Ay, mga pogi.
Thank you, bro.
Sige ha, ingat ka. That's so funny. Kumusta? It's funny because like I don't feel like a celebrity at all. I just make vlogs. But I am having people come up to me in public and like say hi and we watch your videos, we watch your content. That's still new to me because I only started vlogging, as you guys know, full time last year. And before that, I would just make silly, goofy videos. But it's fun. I love it. I love saying hello to people and practicing my Tagalog. And if I have stickers on me, I'll give you a sticker. Oh, sticker! Pwede! Basta kayo! Mag-picture muna! Sige! Oh, sige! It's so funny, guys. Anyway, guys, we're gonna finish up here. We're gonna get to the scooter. Hope you enjoyed this little area. This is Kalsadang Congressional Avenue. This is Kalsadang Abra. Nandyan ang kainan kung saan natagpuan ang pinakamasarap na ginataang kalabasa sa buong Pilipinas, guys. So try nyo lang. So guys, thank you for joining me on this vlog. We're going to wrap it up hanggang sa susunod. Ako si Kuya Kurt sa isang magulong Quezon City. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for joining. And we'll see you on the next one. Oh.